What up, gamers? It's me, another fellow gamer. Today, I'm gonna make a video talking about gamer sense. Now, some of you may or may not know what gamer sense is, and that's completely fine. It is something that actually has been talked about before. It's basically like the good side of what playing video games for so long does to a person. Now, what could that possibly mean? Well, you know that when you play video games, your eyesight can enhance, your hand-eye coordination can enhance, and your reaction time also can enhance. So by playing those games, you actually like enhance the way you like your senses, basically. That's why I call it gamer sense, because I feel like whenever you have like good hand-eye coordination, whenever you have good reaction time, whenever you have good like I don't know, like planning, because also when it comes to the video games, it also requires strategic planning, depending on what game you play. Obviously, if you're playing a game like freaking like just brain dead game, um, there isn't really like a lot of planning that goes on. However, like if you play games like, FPS games or like city builder games or like any game that requires like strategic planning, that can actually help you in the long run. And I think that's amazing. I think that's good gamer sense. For example, I think my gamer sense Christophany that has happened was me driving. So when I drove, I actually started to notice that I'm actually a pretty good driver. In terms of like seeing like what happened with cars and like seeing like what's going on around me, I think gaming has actually taught me to look around my surroundings and also um see like, oh, if there's a car coming my way, I have that reaction time to like get out the way. If there's a car that stops abruptly, I know I can just slam my brakes abruptly. Um, now Now, is there like, sorry, the video, I'm playing this on a video, uh, but again, is there like a point in like my gaming career that you should definitely like you can't take advantage of your gamer stats. Like you have to always be safe. You can't assume, oh yeah, I play video games for this long. I I have the best reaction time. That means I don't really have to care about, anything. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that it actually enhances your senses a little bit. I think this is the good part of video games. Now, there is one important thing you have to remember about this is that it is pretty hard to uphold. Now, you may call yourself a gamer because you played one video game. Maybe you call yourself a gamer because you played Roblox. Maybe you call yourself a gamer because you played Candy Crush. Now, in my eyes, those aren't really games. Just a little hot take right there. Those aren't really games. Um, what I consider games are games that make you feel good about yourself. They they are challenging. They are challenging games. You love them. You play them a lot, and that's the big thing that makes you a gamer. Is that you play video games a lot. Like yes, you can play video games. But I won't really consider you a gamer unless you played video games for a pretty long time and like throughout your entire life. So what does that mean? Well, you're supposed to dedicate your whole life to video games, right? And what I'm about to say, can say that it is kind of hard to do. But you have to be a true epic gamer in order to do this, right? In order to uphold your superpowers, your gaming senses. Obviously, every single superpower has some sort of kryptonite, right? So this is how you keep your uphold gamer senses. Now, gamer sense is amazing. I just explained what it is. Keep it. It's amazing. It can help you through your long run. Jobs. Oh, I know. It's a bad word to say. I can't really say jobs without blowing myself up, but I don't care. This is a channel where freedom of speech is allowed and I can say whatever I want. So I can say jobs as much as I want, employed as much as I want. I know I hit the hot E right there, but employed, you know, but video games can actually help you with, you know, real life stuff. I know it kind of hurts, but it kind of does. But obviously, as I said before, there are some things that you do have to uphold in order to keep you having gamer senses on. Okay, so obviously, most gamers can't socialize with people. They can't. The only way that gamers socialize with each other is if they're playing like a voice chat with a random person in like a lobby or something. That's the only times gamers socialize. Whenever it comes outside games, do not dedicate yourself too much to anything that happens in real life. You're supposed to dedicate your life to games and games only. If you dedicate your life to something that isn't games, video games being your number one priority, you're going to lose your gamer sense. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules. That is just how gamer senses work. You need to uphold games. It has to be your number one life. Yes, if you have a family, which God knows how, why you have a family. But if you do have a family, um, obviously put your family second and put video games first. Like that's just how it's supposed to do. I know it sounds bad, but you're gonna have to put video games first. This is how you get your maximum amount of gamer sense, your little superpower that you have. Number two, this only applies to men because if there are female gamers out there, there isn't a lot of you. And to be completely honest, I don't consider female gamers an actual gamer. You guys are just loping being a gamer, to be completely honest with you guys. Uh, but this only applies to men, the manly gamers, the actual gamers of the crowd. And that is to not interact with any female. Don't interact with women. Um, so whenever you interact with a woman, it actually like disadvantages you quite much. It does. It really does. If you talk to females, if you talk to a woman, your gamer sense stats will just completely go down. Like talking to women can actually like deteriorate your gamer sense. It can actually make your senses worse. So if you just don't talk to women at all, like interacting with women, like whenever a woman talks to you, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to nonchalantly look the other way and just don't talk to them, don't interact with them, treat them like they don't exist. And when that happens, you uphold your gamer sense. Now, this only applies to women who aren't in your family. So, for example, your mom. I know your mom is a woman. I know your grandma's a woman. And I know that I said that if you talk to any sort of woman, it's not good for your gamer senses. But that's not true. Your mom is actually going to be helping you a lot. Um, your mom is someone that you're supposed to love, and if you love your mom, also your gamer senses will also uphold. If you hate your mom, then your gamer senses will deteriorate, and we don't want that. Yes, I understand that moms can be the source of you not playing video games, but I think it's always a good idea to love your parents. I think it's a good idea to always love your mom, show love to your mom, and if you love your mom a lot, you talk to your mom a lot, you spend time with your mom a lot. I think your gamer senses will be just fine, and she doesn't really count as, the women that are out there. But like I said, don't talk to women. They just want to get rid of your video games. They just want to get rid of your life. So if you just avoid talking to women, you avoid interacting with women, you avoid having a relationship with a woman, your gamer senses will be amazing and it will be enhanced. And that is what we want. We want to maximize our gamer senses so we can be the utmost superhuman of gamers. That's how you upload it. And here's like a little backup just in case you guys think that, oh, I want to go talk to a female. I need to talk to a woman. No, you don't have to talk to a woman. We live in 2026. We live in a world that has technology and internet. You don't need to talk to a woman. You don't even need to talk to them on screen. What you can do is that we have something the Japanese made, and this is such an amazing invention for us gamers. And this is called anime. So if you just keep watching anime and you dedicate your life to also watching anime, obviously video games being first and then watching anime, you don't really need to have a social life because anime can do that for you. If you want to see action, anime has it. If you want to, spend time with your friends in real life, you don't really have to do that. You can just watch a slice of life anime and it will just do it for you. Like, you don't need to have any sort of human interaction. You just have video games and anime. Um, and again, you want a relationship with a woman. Yes, I know it's pretty hard, but us gamers think that women are scary creatures. They just distract us from playing our games that we so-called love. And we love our games. We love playing our video games. They're what make us, they give us life. They give us freedom in our world. They give us a sense of, hope. And women will only deteriorate that. So if we just dedicate our lives to just watching anime, we don't really have to worry about it. We can just get that false sense of hope of, yes, this is not a woman, but this anime woman is talking to me, so that's probably close enough to like an actual woman. And if you want a relationship with a woman, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. I know we need the relationship with a woman, but we don't need that. We have anime. And you know what else anime has? We have romance animes. You don't need to have any of those real life relationships that you guys have. You can just watch romance animes. It's completely fine. Just watch anime. It can help you with your social life. And when you're done watching anime, guess what you do? You go right back to playing video games. Hit up COD, hit up freaking League of Legends, hit up freaking, Elden Ring, play actual games, experience stories, you know, be a gamer. And when you have games by your side, you don't need anything else. All you need is internet, video games, and you have it. That is the dream. So don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about if people say, "Oh, you play video games? That's disgusting, man." No, you have a superpower. Gamer senses. Use it. Utilize it. They don't know anything about it. You have been a gamer for the rest of your life. Ever since you came out of your mom's womb, you've been a gamer, no matter what that is. And if you've been being a gamer, if you played video games your entire life, if you always have free time in your life and you say, you know what, I'm gonna spend this free time, I'm gonna play the new release of Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna play, a game that I love, I might play freaking, Call of Duty, any game that gives you happiness. And if you dedicate your entire life to those video games, you will, and trust me, you will develop gamer senses. And I think that's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed my little video there. Gamer senses is not for everybody. It is a privilege that gamers have. And be careful not to ruin it. It is a gift that you have for us gamers. It is a treasure that we have. Not everyone can have it. If you have gamer senses like me, own it, treasure it. Don't give it up. Just follow the tips I said, and you'll keep it. Anyways, that's all I want to say about it. Stay epic gamers. That's it. Thanks for watching.